Burma is ruled by a brutal military dictatorship. Especially targeted by the military junta are Karen and Karenni Christians. Since 1999, the U.S. Secretary of State has designated Burma as a country of particular concern under the International Religious Freedom Act for severe violations of religious freedom. Many have fled persecution. Today there are tens of thousands of persecuted Karen and Karenni Christians living in crowded refugee camps in neighboring Thailand. Some have been in the refugee camps for more than 25 years, never able to leave. Having received the gospel from an American missionary almost 200 years ago, they feel abandoned by the nation that brought them the good news. And they have been persecuted ever since.
There are many Karen people in Burma. In the 18th century, no Karen peoples are Christian. They are animisms, and we have no letter, we have no alphabet to read, to read and write. But only when the American Baptist Christian come to have contact with the Karen people, then the Karen become educated, and we are in debt to the American Baptist Christian especially.
These Christian refugees are stuck between a rock and a hard place. If they leave the camps, the Thais will arrest them. If they go back to Burma, they will be killed. But these Christian refugees are the fortunate ones. Those that remain in Burma face genocidal persecution. In Burma, soldiers raid Karen and Karenni villages. They burn down churches, homes, and schools. They rape, torture, and kill innocent villagers. Children are used for target practice. Pastors and their families are especially targeted for unspeakable abuse. These are eyewitness drawings made by Karen orphans. They are scenes of what these orphans actually witnessed in Burma. Karen and Karenni men, women, and children who cannot make it to the refugee camps in Thailand are forced to live life on the run in Burma. Others fight back. A ragtag militia known as the Karen National Liberation Army attempts to defend and protect innocent, defenseless villagers from genocide. But the KNLA has no money, extremely poor equipment, and is vastly outnumbered by the communist Chinese-backed Burmese army. The KNLA has been fighting for the survival of the Karen people ever since World War II, making this the longest armed struggle in the history of Southeast Asia. Courageous KNLA soldiers do what they can to stand up to tyranny and oppression, but they are down to their last few men, with no help from the outside world. The persecution of the Karen and Karenni Christians and their tragic plight in Burma is perhaps one of the most unreported stories in modern history. But it is a story that must be told before it is too late. Their amazing legend comes from ancient times, long before the written word. Locally, they are known as the people of the Golden Book. The Karen had a legend that one day a pale-faced younger brother with a golden book would visit them and tell them of the true God and how he might be known. Adoniram Judson and his Bible would become the fulfillment of the legend. Adoniram Judson was America's first foreign missionary. In 1817, Judson arrived in the land of the Golden Shore, or what we call Burma. Judson translated the Bible into Burmese and preached the gospel to his Buddhist nation. He became deeply discouraged, however, when after 7 years he had only one convert. Judson had hired a Karen man with a criminal background to work for him. According to rumors, Kotabu had killed over 30 people during his career as a robber, but Judson needed help, so he hired him to care for his compound. Kotabu was familiar with the story of the pale-faced brother and lost golden book. Kotabu asked many questions of Judson. He eventually converted to Christianity. Kotabu's life was completely changed. Kotabu saw Judson and his Bible as the man of their legend. Word of this remarkable conversion spread throughout the Karen tribe. As a result, the Karen and later the Karenni people embraced Christianity. Karen and Karenni missionaries took the gospel to other tribes in Burma.
The Karen have legends. It said that in the beginning, God had 3 sons. The elder son is the Karen, and the second son is the Burmese, and the third son is the white man. But the youngest brother read the book and take it away. So he become educated and prosperous. And when the eldest brother realized that the book was disappeared, so they longed for the book. And the story continued that one day the youngest brother will come back and give the book. If the youngest brother come back and give the book, then it is the golden book that God gave to him. So if he study it, he will prosper like the youngest brother. So in the 19th century, during the 19th century, when the American Baptist mission came to Burma, the old Karen people went to meet him and asked for the golden book. You take our golden book, why not giving us back? The missionary have no idea. Then he related the story that this is the book. You are prosperous now because of this golden book. We want that book back so that our children will prosper too. And according to your religion, you will someday come and give it back. Now where is the book? Then the American mission take the opportunity. The Bible was translated to Karen. And when once the Bible was completed, the Karen become Christian in a rapid motion, and every Karen who learned that this is the golden book we receive back, they accept Christianity in a very rapid motion.
During the Second World War, the Christian Karen and others sided with the British and Americans. The Burmese, on the other hand, sided with Japan. The movie Bridge on the River Kwai was inspired by events in Burma. The Karen were extremely loyal to the Allied cause and made extremely good soldiers.
During the World War II, the Burmese leader go and joined the Japanese and brought the Japanese to Burma. And since then, they also accuse Karen of being British favorites. So they persecute Karen people a lot. Karen have to suffer, and the Karen are happy to serve for British, because for them this is our. They cannot distinguish the American and the British. The Karen know that this is the white. All the white are Christian. They think that the British are the youngest brother that they need to serve. They should loyal to them. So they serve them, and they take all the pain and all the burden and loyal to them. Because of that, the Burma have the chance and kill many Karen people.
The Allies promised the Karen that for their sacrificial allegiance, they would be granted their own homeland following the war. The promise was never kept.
Yes, they make a promise and write it on a shield, in a copper shield. It's the loyal Karens of Burma, and who laid down their life for our people. As the coming up of the sun and in the going down of the sun, we will still remember you, with that very beautiful words. But that's why the Karen said that we are being betrayed by the British betrayal of the trust, because they have promised, but actually when time comes to give independence, they just give it simply to the Burmese, and then the Burmese try to form their military again and persecuted the Karen again.
After British and American forces pulled out of Burma, it was payback time. Burmese soldiers raided Karen villages and burned people alive in their churches, thus sparking a war that continues to this day. Now the Christian Karen and Karenni need help before they are annihilated. Having lost all their possessions, homes, and land in Burma, Karen and Karenni Christians desperately need a place of refuge. Many can't stay in the crowded refugee camps in Thailand much longer. They look to the nation that brought them the gospel for a place of refuge. They look to their former allies in time of war for help. Surely there must be enough room for us in America, they say. Our Christian brothers and sisters will not forsake us, they believe. But most Christians in America today know nothing of their persecuted brothers and sisters in Burma, or even care. While American churches spend millions on sound systems, light systems, chairs, and glamorous stage productions, forsaken members of the body of Christ suffer in Burma and elsewhere.